This is the exposition and initiating event for King Arthur. In ancient times, as Britain was still a wild and restless place, a noble king showed. His name was King Arthur. After years of fighting barbarians, he drove them from the Britain land, and then he fell in love with his wife, but only because of the old wizard Merlin. In return, Merlin was to get Uther's firstborn son.
Thank you for your help, Merlin. In return, you may have my firstborn son.
I will leave in return when your son is born.
Before long, a beautiful boy child was born, but the joy was brief, for soon Merlin appeared.
I'm here for your son.
How did you know? He was just born.
Sadly, the great king gave away his son. Soon after, the king died from a traitor's poison. After the king's death, Britain plunged into darkness once again. After 16 years, the Archbishop of Canterbury summoned Merlin.
I'm at a loss, Sir Wizard. I don't know how to help people. I wish the different dragon was here.
I share your concern, my lord, but I have good news. Although the death of Wizard has left us in the darkness for many years, his son has returned.
But the sun was just set up this morning, sir. What has the wizard to do with this?
I speak of the different dragon's son and his day of destiny.
You did you?
I wish for your permission to create an event using my magic.
The delighted Archbishop agreed immediately, and Merlin withdrew to devise his scheme. The Archbishop stopped in mid-prayer and walked towards the door and a black and white marble in the churchyard with a sword in it. Engraved in it was the words, "Whoso pulleth out the sword from this stone anvil is right wise king born of England."
King Arthur, Episode 1. So this is Merlin's plan.
I hereby proclaim that on Christmas morning there will be an event so that anybody who wants to pull the sword out of the stone can. There'll also be a tournament to celebrate.
As the messenger rushed out, Arthur was playing with his deers.
Hello, how are you today? Sir Hector, guess what?
Sir Kay, go get Arthur.
So I wonder what we're going to do today. Arthur, we have to go.
This is episode 2 of King Arthur. As Sir Ector and his sons made their way through the city streets, something caught Arthur's eye.
Hey, Dad, that's mine, okay?
The first event is a mark battle with two teams, the Reds and Greens. Reds on the southern end and Greens at the northern end of the field. Both teams ready their lances and wait for the Archbishop to drop. It drops and both teams charge with weapons ready.
1, 2, 3, 4, out of class, homework. 5, 6, 7, 8, go.
Let go.
Arthur, my sword, please. We haven't much time. Yes, Sir Kay. I just have to go finish polishing it.
Arthur slipped through the tent. He leaped on his pony's back and galloped to the camp. He couldn't find the sword. So he trotted to a yard. Where he stood on a marble block and pulled out the sword of the anvil's grip.
have you been? Your sword, my lord.
Arthur, where did you get this?
The courtyard.
Don't tell anyone about this, you understand?
Okay.
Where did you get this? The courtyard, I pulled it out. Prove it then. Okay, fine, I will. Who really pulled this out? Arthur. Arthur, can you put this back?
Yeah. Skills.
As you can see, Arthur is the true king.
This is episode 3 of King Arthur.
Anyone who wants to try to pull the sword from the stone may.
First up, Prince Quetzalcoatl from Chief Stadium. And he fell down. Next up, Little Red Riding Hood.
Ooh, no wolves around here.
And last but not least, Elsa.
A cold would never bother me anyway. Okay, Elsa, just let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go!
Back up, Scott.
Get off there! No! It's closed. It's closed for now.
Elsa,
It's closed. It's closed. It's closed.
This is a climax of King Arthur. King Blondie came in to try to pull out the sword.
Hold me right here.
Is there anyone who can pull this sword out of the stone?
I have someone who can pull a sword out of the stone.
We can go get him.
Here he is.
This scrawny little thing?
He is Uzo's only son.
Uther never had a son. He
Let me
died.
prove myself.
Whatever. Ching! Are you missing
Here's my
something?
sword.
Okay, that's it.
This is the following action for King Arthur. As you can imagine, the kings were mad at this. They thought that they should be king of Britain, so they demanded another trial.
All right. If you want to waste your time, we'll have another trial in 1 more week.
Time skipped next week. Behold, it is I, the king, who shall pull the sword from the stone. There.
Arthur! 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 Arthur!
Woo! Preposterous! We were not fully prepared. I demand another trial.
What he said.
All right, if you want to waste your time, we'll have another trial at Candlemas.
As you can imagine, this trial went similar to the last one. Kings tried to pull the sword out of the stone and failed. And then they demanded another one on Easter, which went likewise. Finally, they had enough.
Enough. You guys have wasted enough time. It's like trying to pull a cornerstone out of a castle. It's impossible. Arthur and Arthur alone is the only true king.
Now we people of Britain, we stand together. I will trust in you and I hope you trust in me. Let the sword lead us to our destiny.
Very good.
This is the resolution of King Arthur.
That's as heavy as an elephant.
You are now king.
Thank you. Well, that's like in speech. That's for the future. And I go to the river, and that's intent of speech. Ooga booga up. That's upside down.
People of Britain, we are now one, and so shall we remain as long as there is breath in my body. My faith in your courage and wisdom is boundless. I ask for your faith in me, and in your trust I shall find my strength. For you I depict my life. May the sword lead us to our destiny. That's